would say what surprised me the most, I mean, it's hard to learn the words to songs.
Teddi, super excited that The Masked Singer has finally done this big reveal for you. How in the world did you keep this secret that you were Calla Lily, especially from your family and friends?
It was okay, kind of secret, because it's not a secret that could hurt anybody. So it was pretty easy to keep the secret, to be honest. Like I was like, oh, I'm going to work, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. It's not like I left the house in a costume.
Yeah.
So it was pretty easy just to fly under the radar with that. I knew the second that my kids heard my voice singing that they would know it was me, because we've watched it every year and they always think somebody's me. They're like, is that you? Is that you? And then they start guessing my friends. Like they'll be like, is that Kyle, or is that Erica? Is that so-and-so? Is that Tamra? So I was just kind of waiting, and my son, I just saw his little face like when I was singing Fight Song, and he was like, that's you.
Yes, he knew automatically. I love that the kids knew. Did anyone else in your family pick up on it, or was it just the kids this time?
It was just the kids,
Oh,
and
great.
my family, we all watched it together last night. So we all watched the unveiling together, and it was really nice. My dad just happened to be in town, so it was cool.
I love that it was a family affair. I've got to ask though, being on a competition like that is intense, but did wearing the costume change or having the costume change make you feel more confident while you were performing?
I would say having the costume on gave me that. I like, you could see, like, after they unmasked me, and I had to still sing my dad's song, I looked over, I think, at Jenny and said, do I need to keep singing? Because it's just so different. That mask is a part of your protection. And then the second the mask is over and you're looking directly in people's eyes, it's very different.
Oh, I can only imagine. What did you think was the most surprising? What surprised you the most about, you as a performer being on this show?
I would say what surprised me the most was, it's hard to learn the words to songs.
Right?
Every single word. Like, I think I fancy myself as somebody who can remember the words to songs, but all of a sudden when you have to, you're like, hold on, what is it? What comes next? So,
yeah, like you go blank.
So that was surprising to me, but also just, you really don't know who anybody else is.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really believe that. Like, in my head, I was like, oh, you
would know.
We're going to bump into people. I'm going to hear them in their dressing room, or this is going to happen, or somebody's going to DM me and the cat's going to be out of the bag. But no, I had no clue who anyone was.
Oh my gosh. I love watching the show. I love the mystery of it. But I have to also say I did listen to your Two T's in the Pod podcast, and you were recently talking about just, how it's been a little hard to stay positive, and you don't, you have low moments like all of us do. I'd love to know, like, in those moments, how do you lean in with your family and friends when you aren't necessarily feeling the most, like, upbeat?
I think, for me, it's very important to spend a little time outside. Mm-hmm. To go on a walk. I on the days that I'm feeling really low, like, I know, because like the blinds are down.
Oh yeah, not a lot of sunlight.
Yeah, and there's no sunlight, and so at those times I'll kind of text a friend and I'll be like, can you come over and can we go on a walk? And just finding those little bits of joy and being able to appreciate that, and then also knowing, like, my kids are just happy to have me here. So it's okay if all the energy I have for that day is for them to curl into bed with me and us watch a movie.
And listen, those are some of the best moments as a parent. I get it as a mom. I love that you sound like you're more comfortable asking for support, or what would you say? Has this season with your health really challenged you to really reach out more than you normally would?
Yes, I would say, I used to take pride in the fact that, like, I didn't need anybody. Like, I could do anything on my own. And I really can't now. And I know that. And being able to reach out, like, I've also learned that some people, like, that's their love language.
Right.
Like, acts of service, like, to be there for you. So it's like some people really enjoy it. And, like, it's their way of giving back to you. And so it's not always, for me, it's mine's quality time, but some people, everybody's different, but I've noticed that friends are really there for you, and it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to not be okay. Mm-hmm. Like some days I'm not. I call my dad or I call my ex and I'll just cry and say, like, because I kind of thought that I was going to heal from, my brain surgeries, and then I was going to be good.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize that, oh, there's a whole mental side of this too.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, I can only relate on the postpartum anxiety, depression, all of that. But you recently talked about the cloud lifting. When did you realize that you weren't just dealing with PTSD? When did you realize that it was PTSD and it wasn't just exhaustion from all of your treatments?
It had gotten to the point where I didn't want to get up. Like, I didn't want to get up at all. It had gotten to the point where I never was suicidal or anything like that, but I had gotten to the point where I felt so lonely that I knew I needed help. I knew it. Like, I knew deep down, like, I need to talk to a therapist. I need to get in taking action. I can't just sit here in this because it's getting worse.
Oh yeah. I'm so thankful that thank you for sharing, first of all, but I'm so thankful that you got the help that you needed, because I feel, one, you being so open makes a lot of us feel less alone. And
yeah.
Someone else is listening. What actually would your advice be to someone else listening to your story and you being vulnerable? What would you say to them if they're going through a tough season?
I think, one, give yourself some grace, because so often we want to beat ourselves up, and that only makes things worse. Second thing, it sounds cheesy, but gratitude.
Because it's not easy. It's not.
It's really hard to be negative when you're gracious. So the more gracious I am and the more gratitude I have for the small things. Sometimes I used to want, like, I had the biggest things that I wanted to accomplish every day. And if I didn't accomplish these huge things, these big tasks, then my day was terrible in my mind. Now it's like small little things, and I'm just proud if they happened, and I got through it.
I totally relate. Again, I'm so thankful that you have had your village. You spoke on your dad. I know he recently had spoken out about your condition and kind of scared us, but I'm thankful to hear from you that things are going in the right direction. You also spoke about Kyle Richards being a really good support system. When did you know, actually in that moment when she was helping you, when did you realize, like, the shift in your friendship had happened?
Well, I mean, I'd always kind of noticed she's the reason that I went in the first place and got my skin checked and had, all my melanomas removed. So that was years and years ago. But I knew, so I'd gone and worked the Super Bowl last year. So we're almost at my cancerversary. Oh. And I went and worked the Super Bowl last year, and then I came back, and the day I came back, I couldn't see out of one of my eyes. And I was like, what is going on? And I called my ex and I was like, I think I need to go to the hospital. Like, I can't see. And I thought it was a migraine. I've been taking migraine medication for like 6 months, but it's not helping anymore. And so he took me to the ER, and immediately Kyle was there. My, 3 of my best friends are there, and like, they're like, okay, we got to get you out of here and into here, because this is where the surgery is. Like, they were at a time that I was unable to be my own advocate. Kyle was my advocate.
That's a friend, Teddi. That is a real friend that can step in those, like, emergency situations. She sounds like an emergency contact friend, I've got to say.
She is. Like, she stayed with me in my hospital bed. Like, I was never allowed to be alone. So she would stay in the room with me. And I wasn't the most pleasant, like, because I was
Who would blame you?
I was Teddi on whatever steroids is not nice.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I've heard a lot about like the evolution of Terry and just the different seasons of life. If you were to reflect back on like the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and you could go back and change, do something differently from, I kind of want to know, like, based on looking back on that season of your life, what would you do differently if you joined today, being the Teddi you are now?
I think I would have just been authentically more myself. Like as I'm
Mhm.
watching the show now, I'm seeing, you see two different characters come in that are new. You see Amanda and you see Rachel. And
Yeah.
immediately you gravitate towards Rachel because you feel like Rachel's being authentic to who she is. And you have some kind of feeling about Amanda.
Okay.
And I think with watching that, I was like, wow, I see some things that I did during my seasons on where I wanted to be perceived as perfect, or I wanted things to seem like they were always going the right way. And I was like that in my real life too,
Yeah.
because I didn't want to process things.
Recovering perfectionist, girl. I feel you.
Yeah, so I wanted to be a perfectionist with everything. And going back now, I'm like, I wish I could have just been myself, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes. And last question, before I get wrapped. It is not everyone gets grounded in front of Madonna. What did that moment teach you growing up?
I don't think I've been late since. Like I still to this day, I was telling my dad about it last night. He's like, "Is that how it happened?" I'm like, "Yes. How can you not remember this?" Like I remember sitting down at the dinner table and Sean Penn and Madonna being there and you grounding me and taking away my birthday.
Oh my God. I can't believe he doesn't remember this though, Teddi.
Well, he did after I told him the story, and he was like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "But you were really late." I was a kid and I was riding horses, and I said I'll be back in 3 hours, and 3 hours turned into 6, and I knew that
Oh.
second I saw his car pulling into the driveway that I was toast.
Oh my God. Well, I love that there's a lesson in all of that.
Yeah,
Definitely something we all can relate to, not to be late. Teddi, congrats on all your success. Thank you so much for being vulnerable with me, and thank you for your time.
thank you.